Greetings. Hello. Aloha. Hola. I really need to learn how to say more greetings, but one day I'll use Duolingo. But regardless, welcome and hello to another stream of Fallout New Vegas. Hello, Ravik. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. This is part 20 of the series, which yeah, Fallout New Vegas takes a while to get through. I'm not gonna lie, and maybe because I do sense sometimes like I don't feel bad about it. I used to feel bad initially, but then now I just like, you know what? I just roll with it. So for people who are able to tolerate this and continue watching, and I appreciate it. And thank you for that. It's been a fun journey for me for playing New Vegas, and I definitely do love it. Oh, I absolutely had a great weekend as well. I think it's starting to be in the grind where I think Monday was like early in the morning Monday. That's where it usually gets crazy, but then thankfully it wasn't as much. Today though, I kind of this is my end by the way. I feel like I could have done better to get a better sleep schedule or like be prepared for today because today was actually crazy in the morning, and I decided to do something reckless. And I was like, you know what? I know I have coffee early in the morning when I have actually here another uh, black coffee Italian roast over here. We'll see. This may be too jittery, but otherwise, I'm doing good. Like it's been going well. Hopefully, and I would say despite the getting I won't be. There's a good chance I won't be streaming anymore around this time. Um, I'm feeling confident. Like maybe things could change for the better, and if not, don't worry about that. I can easily work on that on my own. Like so, I hope that for everyone, I'm sending good vibes as well for anyone watching this. If you're someone who's going to something new or have generally no idea what's gonna happen, I generally hope for the best. And if it's not comfortable or something that you can easily change your you change your schedule or change your occupation, like work, whatever it may be. I hope you gain the confidence because it is very scary, and do keep in mind that a lot of people do have to go through this. So it can be horrifying. Like I said, I'm lucky I have the confidence. I'm lucky I can I have us to keep it, not to give away too much detail, but I have a soft landing in case anything goes bad. But for everyone, I hope the best. And with that, let's get this show on the road. There it is, good on New Vegas. I started the game and it blasted my eardrums for some reason. I don't know. I guess when I was using my headset, somehow flipped the like there's a volume controller in my headset, and it manages the audio on its own. Like so, it doesn't manage the in-game audio. But yeah, it's I started New Vegas before I opened OBS, and I think that kind of woke me up. I was like, jeez! Oh, that's loud noise. My ears. Ow! I also never thought I would do that voice, but here we are. Yeah, it's what is it? It's the concept of the unknown, right? That's my fear as well. Like, there's a phrase for this. You have your basic fears, and then you have your long. I'm not sure there's some conscious, but it's the dread. It's a fear you dread forever. Like you constant fear of like something could happen potentially. I don't know if that makes sense, but that for me is the unknown, and the fact that with the schedule change, I'm just quite concerned that it might make it just either be the change won't feel significant or it'll be even worse. That is those are my two major fears. But the major fears that it will get worse, right? But like I said, I don't want to cause I don't want to give off like a hopeless or doom and gloom vibe. Like I feel like I got it. Like I can handle it under control if it does get worse. I have a lot of options to figure out from here. So I generally do hope that people do have the same opportunity where if things are not looking too well, you can it's easy to get out of it or find another backup. Oh, they're fighting each other. Cool. The loud intro of The Sims 2. Oh, I need to listen to that. Okay. I will do that one day. So I can blast my eardrums and along with if you're pardon me. If you're ever a fan of the Civilization series, definitely listen to Brave New World's intro because it's one of the loudest ones. Can I even hit this guy? Oh, really? Wait a minute, wait. Is he? You can't. You can't even hit this guy. Because I can't target with vets, but I want. Oh, don't you dare! No, we're not having that. So, two things as a refresher for anyone who's watching this the first time. If you decided to watch part 20 of the first time, this is a randomizer mod. Every enemy, or every NPC, I should say, pretty much everything that's not a human that you can talk to is randomized to be a different creature. So, like in this DLC, there's supposed to be these humanoids that are like lobotomites. There weren't this guy right here. He's a lobotomite. Since technically he's like an NPC or like any other human character in this game, what it means is that he's gonna have randomized gear. So as you can see, he has a robo or iBot helmet and a flamethrower, which I don't remember if they can have flamethrowers in this DLC. But yeah, expect crazies like that. And also, like for example, death claws can become rad roaches or vice versa. So it's a pretty wacky mod on top of other stuff I have. But the problem with this randomizer, I don't know if they fix it, is that some enemies cannot be targeted with VATS, and when that happens, they're pretty much invulnerable. I can't kill them, but they can kill me. So the only way to fix that is to use the resurrect command on them, and hopefully, now we can use VATS and we can take them out. So unfortunately, I mean, I am using mods. I am using like I have a Deathclaw companion, which probably makes things much more easier. But I definitely will need this because there'll be moments where I can't make progress until a certain enemy is taken out, and even then, there's still a trade-off using this, having this Deathclaw companion because it's big. Look, it's a humongous, good dinosaur friend. It can't fit through the corridor, so I'm quite restricted on that field. Well, with that, everything should go smoothly. Smooth sailing, they say. We're still in. This is still the Old World Blues DLC, so we're still trapped here with our brain, spine, and heart. Yeah, pretty much our three essential. Well, I mean, I guess technically everything else in the human body might be essential depending on your body or your needs. But yes, three essential things of our body has been removed from our from us, and we had to find it. But before we had to find it, we had to work with these 5 floating brain jars, with essentially pre-war scientists who have been here for a long time, and we gotta find their, what was it? We just had to find their science equipments and all that. I do want to go to this one, right? No. Higgs Village. This is where I want to go. Now, currently, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can. What is it? I think I talked to Dala, Zero. Who else? 8, I believe. That's 3 scientists. Who am I missing? 4. Okay, so there's 5 in total, including what's his name, Klein. And Klein, President's raging. Klein, we cannot. There's not a whole lot we can do to talk to him besides, or to ask him about, besides what happened to this place. And if you want lore, like if you're not familiar with the story here, there. Basically, some courier. We're playing as a courier, but some other guy came in here, and I think I don't know why he was here. I think he was just looking for. I guess he was off exploring, right? Let's just say. I don't remember the full story, but there was. If you remember the previous DLC, if you're there for the last VOD or stream, this crazy guy named Father Elijah, who was the former leader of the Brotherhood of Steel. It's a bunch of lore dump, right? But pretty much just know it's this crazy old guy who came in here. He wanted science, any technologies he can kill people with. He causes damage, and unfortunately, permanently damaged one of the scientists, so they can't speak properly. They just speak in this garbled radio gibberish. And then you have another character named Christine, which unfortunately we can't do much to have her reunite with. What was it? Veronica. I'm not sure. I think technically they're still lovers, but it's a shame we can't do anything about that. She was out there hunting for Father Elijah, but he escaped, and I think he trapped her or something. Like, yeah, he pretty much badly wounded her, and then Veronica was saved by the courier who was here. So that's a little lore that's going on here. That's all you can learn about from what's his face, Dr. Klein. Other than that, though, I want to go here. Oh crap, these guys got Legion power armor, or is it not power armor? It's just Legion armor. Scientist glove, Remnants power armor. All right. Anything else I want to add on top of that besides that Lord Dump? So that's what, yeah, that's, just to make a point, that's what we learned from Dr. Klein. What we need to do now is we need to go here because we need to find gate football for Boris, because Boris is the last scientist we need to I don't think we have to, because if I won't say much until we get to that point, but you could probably make the connections. But we do want to find the gate football, and it's nice character, like you get to learn more about Dr. Boris. Besides the fact that he's definitely a guy who had problems with high school, getting bullied, and has a, just like I guess with fashion with pre-war America in this universe, has a huge hatred against communists. Like stereotypically, you know the stereotype of 1950s American culture. Like he's just straight up a walking I guess you could say ghost of that mindset, which very fascinating if you think about if you make a comparison with Sierra Madre. I wish I can do the lore and everything else justice, but there's so much to talk about and make connections, which I say if you're probably better off looking at a video essay or summary about the DLCs, because I think I can't stress enough, like the writing's fantastic if you put, like, if you take a second to look into it. A lot of connections here or there if you can figure that out. Ah, I should have known. Okay. My Deathclaw body is, I think, it's raging or fleeing. Anyways, we're at the homes of the scientists, and there is what is it? A Wild Wasteland event here, and pretty much this is a reference to, I think, the Gremlins, the movie. I don't remember. It's the Gremlins is one of those movies that I feel like I've watched when I was really young, and I just don't remember everything else about it. Like I remember one of the little gremlins get tossed in the blender or something, or a microwave. It was something like that. It's supposed to be like this funny. I don't want to say dark. It's kind of like this funny sort of horror film. Like people are getting like these little gremlins are causing chaos in the world. Now, granted, even though I did watch movies like what is it? Final Destination and Hostel when I was young. I know Stripe. No. You know what? Wait. I wonder. I'm very curious because I can technically do this, but I need to know the buttons. Wait. Oh no, wait. Where's the I think mod configuration? There's a button for this. Companion? Where's there's a Force Recruit hotkey. Okay. This would be will be a good button for this. Let's go with P. I won't keep this save file, but because it'll be too broken. But oh, resurrect. Wait, Stripe, wait. No, stop. Yes. There we go. So with that, we have Stripe on our part. I love this. We have a tiny Deathclaw and we have a giant dinosaur here. I want to keep this, but it's just that... is this too broken? First of all, did I do something wrong? I feel like I accidentally click on... Yeah. I click resurrect on my Deathclaw. I'm not sure if that ruined something. So let me try that again real quick. Hold on. I think I'll take Spot with us, but Stripe. Wow, I'm losing. I'm already mixing up some things already. Not the key. Oh, okay. I clicked on something else. So it was Stripe. P. No, don't you dare. Yes, Force Recruit Stripe. Alright, we good. We have Stripe as a companion now. For some reason, he doesn't have a, a picture for the mod. There's a way to fix it if you want to, but I have to go mess with the files to do that. Oh yeah. So if you pay attention to the house, this is I think this is definitely Dr. O's house or Kazdor. Oh, no, I forgot the enemies are random. The enemies are randomized, so they're supposed to be robots, but they're replaced by random stuff. But yes, this is Dr. O's house, and it wasn't obvious for all the scrap robots you could find here and all the daggers you see thrown at House's face. Oh, absolutely. Giant tarantula. You found a recalibration file for the sonic emitter. That's where the jukebox comes in handy. The problem is with the randomizer, we can find almost all of the. We're getting lucky. I'm finding all of the weapons, like the variants of them, for the sonic emitter. So I might not need the jukebox to do it. Let's go over here. This is Klein's house. I think when I first went here, I was sort of confused. Like, whose house is this? I don't know. I can never tell who all of them have the most spiffiest place. And nah, this is definitely yeah, right here you can tell. Klein Scrubs. He's a great con member. And some insats. I could pick that up, but we already have. We're getting lucky. We found a bunch of his stuff outside of this place, so. Hopefully he doesn't mind robbing his area. We'll take his glove though. There is an achievement in this game, in the introduced. I think was it with the Gunrunners DLC or something. I don't remember. There's pretty much this game has its own achievements, and you get one if you put on all of the outfit of oh, if you put on the outfit of every what the scientists were wearing. For example, Dr. Klein has his scrubs, he has his glasses, and he has his glove, and you finish a little achievement doing that. It's nice. Also, this is Dalla's home, isn't it? Or mutilated arm. I think this might be. Wait, what is this? Gecko meat. That'd actually be nice for my Deathclaw friend. Speaking of friend, hungry? No, we already fed you. Alright, let's move. I love this. We have an army of dinosaurs that are following us. Oh, this is never mind. This is Dr. Mobius' place. Now, I believe back then, if you go explore the think tank where the scientists are at, you can find Dr. Mobius' workshop, like his area. And you notice that he has a bunch of mentats in the area, which it gives it away that he has a mentat addiction, one could say. See, the problem is, Kid married them all. I'm saying it, whatever that is. See, the problem is, I want to say, one can look at it and mentats they look like they're drugs, and the problem with that is that it's hard to see that because it looks like they're in a container with fucking mints. Toy mints or something. I'm not sure what they're called, but every time I see mentats, I keep thinking like, how do you get addicted to mints? And that's the funny part because really they really are drugs in this universe, but it's just hard not to see them as those mints that I used to I thought they were candy, and I remember seeing my sister like chewing on one, and then I had one, and I literally just thought, how the hell do you have a mouth of titanium, because this thing just burns my mouth. Like, I was fascinated with how I think both my sister and my brother were able to eat the mints. Like, they enjoy the mints, but I couldn't. Like, I despise it. But that changed as of now. That did change recently, so I could eat some of those. I could definitely eat mints, especially if you drink it. Eating a mint and then drink water afterwards is one of the best things. Okay, so this place is Dr. Boris's area. And here's a little detail here. There's a knife sticking into this picture here, and it looks like it's a depiction of some sort of. It looks like a monster of some kind, right? That. That's what it says. I think if you look at Boris and take a time to see what's going on, he's definitely has a part of the more darker backgrounds. One can assume that he had parental abuse, and not only that, but he has to deal with being bullied at his high school. Like, dude has went through so much, and despite this, he I don't know what he has done before he worked at Big Mountain, but it seems like this is definitely a pre-war American research facility. So and like I said last time, it feels like the U.S. pre-war American government's like, oh hey, you have a guy that has mental issues and problems. Good, join us. You can use that anger to experiment on animals and eventually to prisoners of war be captured. So yeah, that's really nice. Like big empty, or excuse me, overall blue is supposed to be this fun DLC at first. Like it's wacky, but the more you look into it, like but Bethesda does a good, or not Bethesda, Obsidian does a good job just hiding the tragic details. If you look further into the fine print, if that makes sense. Coca-Cola used to have cocaine. True, yeah. But I know we do. I know we do bring up those other substance here and there in this stream, but I do like to make a disclaimer. Though, like I know I feel both of us are responsible for this. I feel like, but I still like to point out that people are still having it rough with addiction, going through it. And all I can say is I hope the world takes a eventually. I know it's changing for the better, but I hope it remains that way or gets better where we don't punish people exactly for taking like for falling for any form of addiction. You do your best to make sure they want to get out of it. You work with them, instead of shaming them for it. So it is an actual thing, and if anyone pressures you, or if you know if you had the temptation or something, may probably don't. So just a little, like just make I like to make sure that people don't feel like it's one of those situations where it's hopeless. Nah, there's definitely some hope. Good people out there, definitely. But what you said though does remind me that like it is true because I remember Coca-Cola, they used the plants that people used to make cocaine out of back then, and it essentially a snake cola. I want to understand when they first make cola. Oh, they're the same thing. And yep, this is definitely Dollars house here. With her teddy bears. I ain't judging though. There's actually I think there's a cut quest where you're supposed to bring all those teddy bears back to her. I forgot what either the reasons why they cut it or what you get for doing that. I don't remember. But yeah, we could have bring teddy bears back to her, but that's a quest that's been cut out, as removed from the game. I think the doll logs there are the files, but I don't remember what else they had else in mind besides doing that quest. Did I pick up? Oh, before I leave, I need to make sure I pick up something because I'm afraid I keep forgetting something. Where is that place? Is this where we fought against Stripe? Yep. We have his football, right? Oh, thank goodness! I almost forgot about this. We need this. There we go. We need this, and I think if, oh, funny enough, I think I can actually. I don't need to go back here for the football. Or do that? Because I either the following: either you do need a football regardless, or you might not need to have it because all you need is Animal Friend for Dr. Boris. So we'll see. But yeah, we need this football, and then we have to go back to the doctor himself, and we're gonna have probably one of the, despite this character being a jerk, probably one of the more heartwarming dialogues in this game. Like, I think it's interesting because Dead Money, the ending almost makes me tear up every time I see it play out, like, especially if you get the good ending. But this one, this dialogue, it's kind of hard not to tear up. I'll be honest. I'm not exaggerating this. Like, this is just a one of the best dialogues when you take a look at every context about this character. Like, it's tear jerking. Here he is.
Thanks so much for sparing Gabe. I know he's really quite killable, which is why I had to augment him. But you needed none of that. You're quite elusive, or fleet-footed, more so than our old mailman. He didn't get far before Gabe caught him.
Is this Gabe's Bowl? Your dog from X8, Gabe?
What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse, chock full of chems, before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while you know, I'm having the most perplexing feeling squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down.
Here it is. Well, it seems to me it belongs to a friend of yours, or we can say it sounds like Gabe really love you. We got Animal Friend. Let's do it.
Why, yes, Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pants, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and... If you don't mind, I'll take that bowl. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force.
It sounds like to me you heard someone who loved you very much.
As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before. Until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes. Forgotten. Almost. Yes? I do not need to remember anymore. Not today.
So unfortunately, that still couldn't get through to his head. At least he feels the remorse, but there is a reason why he's able to suppress his thoughts right here. And if you notice that, like, he said something like, I seem to remember something about not wanting to be in this place anymore, but yet I can't. Like, I cannot be distracted by it, or there's something else keeping me from thinking that, and we'll learn more about that eventually. In the meantime, though, it's time. I'm kind of conflicted if I'm gonna rush through this DLC or if I should get through everything. But what I believe, I'm going to see if I can try to rush to the ending to this game. Now the slides will matter depending on if you visit to every location, and if you have the. I think. Let me remember. I don't know if this is true, but I don't think you need to have all the. Oh. Oh, you got a minigun? I got a minigun too. I don't think you need all the personalities. Like, you need a certain amount to get a unique ending for that. But yeah, the endings do change depending on how many personalities you have, I think, and how many. if you visited all the places or not. Oh, whoops, you're hostile. You know what? We got this. There they go. Another Wild Wasteland reference. There's a perk activated there. Humble Cudgel. Oh, that's from 3. I think you brought this up, Ravik, but yeah, it's that's they're essentially the reference to the one Doctor Who episode with those suits or something where they have the voices of people that died in them, and they're keep saying like, "Oh, who turned off the lights? Who's there?" That's the reference there, which I keep. It's weird because I didn't much think about it, but then now I can see that being disturbing. Like now I understand why that's actually a messed up concept. Literally the final words of people before they died. But I think surprise. A little hug from the back. But I think on top of that, also there's that one SCP where it's pretty much like something that parrots the people they killed. So they also say hello, who's there, or along those lines. But they're pretty much those are the final words of the people they killed, and they just mimic whatever they eaten so that they can attract more prey. I may just say, like, folks of whoever made the SCP Container Breach game, as much as it's might be a stressful game to play, which I think it's part of the whole point of horror games. I'm not gonna lie, the SCP Container Breach game, probably one of my favorite horror games. Even though I don't think I would play it because I'm a big baby. I cannot. I literally will freak out. Like, not I won't scream or anything with jump scares, but like I'll get stunned and I probably won't be able to recover, like, or say, like, play the game efficiently. Like, I just, like, take baby steps slowly, like, very paranoid. So it's definitely something that I don't think so I'll have a good time playing. But not that I hate horror games in general. I appreciate what they've done, especially if people can have fun with it. I could tame that dog, and I probably should. Dog goes back. It's like kind of bacteria that consumes people in spacesuits. Oh, it wasn't the suit itself. It's kind of yeah, I get you. It's like the same. It is a bacteria in this case, but the concept of where it literally repeats the like the final words of people, anything that kills. It is a dark concept, and I do love that. Strange transmissions. I think it's time we use this. Oh, I feel bad. they they didn't have to put the dog sounds on the Red Roach. They didn't have to put the sounds for the dog weapon, but yeah. I understand this. Oops, I didn't even know you were one. What I understand by SAP is that it's written by different authors. So that, like, I don't know the process of which gets accepted or whatnot, like, to be put on the article, but people get to rate the SCPs, and I do know some of them are not well received. No! Oh my goodness! Almost. Holy crap. Some SCPs I think are rated by different authors, and they do get graded, like, rated on the site. And I trying to remember which of the ones I come across that people didn't like as much, but unfortunately I don't know which one which one people didn't like as much. I will be honest. I know there's one where people thought it was just not the like probably mediocre or it's probably average, but I remember reading about. Did I even hit it? Oh no, I did. One of my favorite stories is involving the
Stop that!
it's
You're
like this war
very
site. It's
small!
some kind like it's like a former okay, a former I can't speak. World War I. There we go. I'm not sure the coffee's doing this to me, but World War I. Like it's like this old this is battlefield, and they found some weapons or the area has been scorched with some unknown technology, and I do kind of like that story, the unknown if that makes sense. There's not a whole lot to it besides that, but it's one of those stories that's like, oh cool, I love it when anything that shows how horrible war can be. Yes, I do love those stories. Like I'm a sucker for that. I mean, hell, like my favorite games are Fallout, of course. So and even Fire Emblem. Anything that shows you, yep, we shouldn't be throwing people into this battlefield because it's awful. Yeah, absolutely. If the more ways people can show how awful it can be, I'm down for it because that's just pretty much my favorite type of storytelling. I'm trying to remember anything else of other NPCs that were known for not being the best. You know what? More explosive damage. Why not? Even then, I feel bad. I mean, well, that's I guess that's the whole point if you want to share your story. Like you do have to expect criticism, but now I wonder if anyone did something where they're trying to show which is the quote unquote worst story out there, or worse as it be in this case. I just have two dinosaurs running rampant around me. I don't have to do much, and I love it. It's too much. You know, one person can only have too much power, but I'll take it. It's fine. There's someone out there trying to kill us. I'm sorry, who? Look. Oh, these guys. Get that sniper rifle out. See, the problem is that I can only think of like good SCPs. Maybe I've been lucky and I haven't read anything that's been not well received by the community. But like I said, I'm aware of the ring that lets people go to other dimensions. What is it? There's the paper dragons. Like I said, if I don't, someone I was talking about this last time, someone on Discord, but I forgot what number it was. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly, but it's very easy. If you look up SCP paper dragons, it's very obvious. Like it's only one of a kind, and it's a very bittersweet, probably tragic story. And I do recommend people to read that if you, if you don't want to have your day potentially just crying about it, like ruin your day because it's a sad story. As a thing, like I'm someone who just enjoys sad stories, and that's one of them. That's yeah. I'm glad you point out that it is a subjective thing, because that's pretty much my mindset as well. I'm someone who, as much as I enjoy SCP at times, I also get annoyed. Like not only if it's either too OP, but and I know that's the whole point of this of the lore of SCP. Everything else they're trying to contain there. But I kind of get slightly like. Here's the thing. Like this is just me being a grumpy I'm having fun with this, so I'm not here to belittle the whole SCP lore because I do love it. But some part of me just gets grumpy when it's like, oh, it's another what dog fence that grows its own teeth and it kills people by just biting them in their ankle, and then they can't walk anymore, and then it starts eating them slowly or something. What's next? A pencil sharpener that's can inject its own thoughts into people's brains and say, hey, you know what you can do? Go kill. Or if not, and I'll kill you. Then next it's what is it? A soda machine. It does nothing, but besides if you look at it, you die. Like it's you know what I mean? Like it's just those stories where no matter what you do, people die. It just I kind of get slightly cranky. It's not cranky. That's too harsh. More of like just silly, outrageous. Like, oh come on, I just want a good wholesome one for once. There's a really stupid one about some girl manipulates reality. See, like I feel like there could be something you might be able to do something good with that, but if that's the whole point of it, then yeah, because unfortunately I feel there's a lot of SCPs where hey, there's this person or item or whatnot that can make it so everybody talks backwards, and that's it. But actually, that might be a funny story. Like I don't mind if they're funny. Like they don't do anything bad. They just make it so that it's pretty much it just makes something it's a Wonderland like situation, but it's not the worst. It can be if you put in a horrible situation where it's a matter of life or death, where you need to speak the proper instructions, otherwise the a surgery goes wrong or something. But it's just funny that going back to witches, like it's just sometimes when they get too OP and it's just like, oh, they can destroy humanity in one snap of a finger. You think they've done it by now? Glue that doesn't stick things together is scary. I know, right? How it's horrifying. I can never trust my local Office Depot for buying glue or something. Like I'm forever fearful that my glue never works anymore as intended. Oh crap! You have something powerful. It's impact time. You have a brush gun or something, I'm guessing. Don't mind me. Okay, good. At least I can. There he goes. These Obamas are tanky, by the way. Don't careful not to underestimate them. Actually. Then again, I'm also playing on hard mode. Oh, that's a cowboy repeater. Holy crap! Why does that do so much damage? Do I even have armor? Like, cause it is like, how's my armor? Oh, that's why. Cause we just use it armor because the one I was using, it's a good armor, but I can't repair it through anything else. I need to pay a lot of bottle cats for it, so I think one of my death claws have it. Is the first one that I have. Good old Stripe, new recruit. Doing a fantastic job, by the way. I think more guys here. So as much as as much as overall Blue is kind of fun to explore, the trade-off about this place is that it is so hard to fast travel because there's so many enemies respawning in the area. So you always get caution everywhere. That scared the hell out of me. Okay, so I guess I'm good. Never mind. Where are you? Oh. No, I don't think so. No, don't you dare. You got a big weapon. I want a duel. Get over here. Nah. Yeah, that's my favorite duel. What is this? Reinforced components? Oh, it improves the weapon condition. Good, let's take that. Revelate. Oh, that's what you want to pick up. Uh oh. Mouse wheels don't. There we go. Mouse wheel, as apparently the mouse keeps thinking I'm trying to select the chat window, which I don't want to do that. That sounds like something in a. I don't know why I feel like that would be a joke you'll find like those old point-and-click adventure games, like especially made in Sierra. Like, hey, this character's name is Cowboy Repeater. Howdy, fella, my name is Cowboy Repeater. Howdy, fella, my name is Cowboy Repeater. Howdy, fella, my name is Cowboy Repeater. Like, I feel like this is something you'd see in a Sierra adventure game. Let's heal ourselves with powder. Got enough of it. This too. To sink? Nothing sink. You know what? You know what it is? I never played a game. Only seen a little bit of it. I think that's a character you probably can see in that one Sierra game. I think it was called Freddy Farkas. I think it's called. I don't know how the I think that game's written by the same people who this Outlaw. I think he wrote. I'm not sure he wrote the entire game, but I do know he helped out with it. And if you wonder who Outlaw is, he's the guy who wrote some of the stuff for. No, he wrote everything for. Was it Leisure Suit Larry? So if that's your humor, then Freddy Farkas is definitely up there. Like, it's got some good wordplay or puns, but can't be. It is definitely crude humor. So
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
I'd be honored if I could hear. Oh, we can ask this later. I've recovered all the technological information.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I do love those little jokes. I love those jokes when it that type of wordplay where it's fun. I wish I remember more about SpongeBob. I just remember some of the weirder scenes. Not in the newer seasons, but like the older ones. What is it? When he's writing the essay is a classic moment. Uh, when SpongeBob is in Sandy's dome and he's saying, "I don't need it" with the water. Like, there's a few things I know about the show. I remember watching it, but unfortunately, I don't remember every detail. But if I do recommend, if you want something similar to that with some wordplay, I do recommend the Mickey Mouse shorts on Disney. They're free on YouTube. They made a handful of free ones on YouTube. Like, there's a lot to watch, and yeah, that is definitely relatable. I wish hopefully cartoons do more of that, or cartoons, books, anything that hopefully do more of those shows because I do love them.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The answer is to fill in with confidence.
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
Why did you help me, Captain? If you don't know how they would help.
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes. So let me, a bit. I'll figure it out.
Klein reminds me of those folks who really just. I won't get into detail with that, but Klein is reminding me of some folks that I remember, but I'll leave it at that. Oh, you know what it is? It kind of sounds like people who you hire like, to ask for help. Like if they work for a company who, like if our high tech, like for a company that has a reputation, or just in general, if you're unlucky, you might have to force to deal with a monopoly of a tech support, or even people who are good with maintenance with homes, you name it, and you ask them, "Do you know what you're doing?" Yes, clear. I know what I'm doing. It just he's giving out that vibe, and I love it in terms of humor, but at the same time, it's also painfully accurate with those people. It's one of those jokes that I wonder how they translate it for French, Spanish. Yeah, it is difficult, and my guess, if anything, they probably do something like what Bubble did, because the original translation, it's the original Japanese dub. It's a bunch of Japanese cultural references, especially if you read from the manga. But with what they did with the English dub, it's a bunch of nonsense and fourth wall breaking humor jokes, which the original Japanese dub did have that, but it is much more wacky with that. So I think they'll probably do something similar to what the English dub of Bobo did, which I'm all for it, by the way. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, for the joke, they'll probably have to do something random. If that makes sense. That's my guess. Like if I'm trying to connect the two with if that makes sense. Like I could only imagine if they can't, then still they're probably in their heads. They'd rather say, "Screw it, we're just gonna make something absolutely random that makes no sense." that's my presumption. But if they're able to make it work in a different language, I'll be amazed by that. Because yeah, a random word. That's my assumption.
So you're saying it's the X2 array, not the antenna I should be examining. That was most likely my plan, yes. Let me check something. Of course, I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Don't these items seem more biologically focused than that, though?
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Hooray! More violence for science. Wonderful. But yeah, with that, now we can finally visit Dr. Mobius. I'm assuming that's the way to activate his area. You can't go to his lab yet. It's forever locked until you've collected all the... Alright. So one, I was just mixing my headset. I was looking up. It was trying to make sure it was just at the time. Two, yeah, if you go to Dr. Mobius' area, it's locked. And so you collect all the technology. And three, this is a pickle. Well, I don't have actual pickle, but I'm more talking about this situation. You looked at this as this. Oh, I see. At least he managed to get it right, correct translation. And this is definitely not me making an excuse to panic, to try to hide my panic and wonder what the hell I'm gonna do with this alpha, like I think Queen Deathclaw, Matriarch Deathclaw. That's literally right in the front of the doorstep of this place, and I think I'm glad I have the other Deathclaws because I think it would have been one shot of here. So I'm just okay. When in doubt, bring out the big guns. Where is it? No, not you. Oh no, we're not using the rocket launcher. Oh, whoops. Well done, fellas.
The Cazador Preserve and the Night Stalker splicing facilities are strangely quiet. Too quiet.
Give me 1 second. I want to check something real quick. What's the way to do it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Let me close down. Want to double check before I forget. There we go. Forbidden Stone Dome entrance. I love Dr. Mobius's place, and you know they definitely did this on purpose because they really want to make you think. They really want to give off that Dr. Mobius is an evil genius scientist person, especially if you get to this area. Look at that, by the way. That's his area, and it reeks of evil genius, and I love it. Man, I've heard. if you're playing bingo card on my stream, and if you have something where it says, uh, Twitch user constantly moans and groans about Evil Genius 2 being a good, contemplates about it being a good game. Yes, because that game had so much potential. I really wish that game had mod support so I can play as any other Evil Genius throughout other fiction or other media. That'd be so fun. Uh oh. Well, when it oh, never mind. On second thought, I mean, probably it's time we bring on the missile launcher. I'm feeling too. I'm just saving the ammo for no reason. Unless my Deathclaw friend beats me to it. Sorry, good. Oh, never mind. Oh, good, more ammo for that, for the .45 ammo. Cowboy repeater. Yeah, look at this place. I would definitely like if I was very wealthy, I'd definitely find a way to manipulate the environment so that I could get these red crystals growing around my home. They serve no purpose besides decorative reasons. Very beneficial to the very beneficial to the environment. I only do it for selfish reasons. No, even better. They're just not decorative purposes. You can actually take one and turn it into a ring pop. They're actually candy. Oh, what the? You're invisible. Oh, not anymore. But it's so shiny though. You just can't help but grab it. Like it's just you can't. There's no time to think about whether it has any good if it has any hazard health effects or not. It's a temptation so strong. You know, that's something I always wonder about when people test like I need to do more research about it, but it's one of those things where I wonder how do people get the knowledge to, hey, you know there's one berry in the wild, don't eat it because it's poisonous. Like the sad part is that I think someone did have to eat the poisonous berries, and it comes to conclusions like, you know, the fact that more of our people are eating this one berry, and it's causing us to get sick over time. Like we probably shouldn't eat that. That's one of those things where I've wondered that's how the people come to that process, and if it's really how it is, where hey, you know those people that probably got sick or even worse died because of eating something that's just not good for their health. Yeah, let's say that's poisonous. Like I feel bad for all those folks who had to learn it the hard way. Oh, that's my Deathclaw friend. Good to know. Young Deathclaw. I'm gonna heal myself. Bunch of goodies. Iguana and a stick, healing, Griddle Mantis. Oh, I got an achievement for New Vegas. Cool. Simply amazing. Oh, speaking of achievements for New Vegas, let me just tell you, I don't deserve this because I've never played this mode. I apparently got the achievement for beating the game on hardcore mode, but I have no idea how I got that achievement. So, a little advice for people who care about achievements. Do know that people can try to manipulate. Take a grain of salt, because some people might use mods, or people might cheat to get them. And if you come to look at me and say, "Wow, you got achievement for hardcore mode. How do you do it?" Please, I have to make a disclaimer that no, I did not beat hardcore mode. Apparently, the game Steam rewarded me for beating hardcore mode for reasons that I cannot figure out. I have no mod that that tells the game to give me any achievements or manipulate it, unless somehow this old mod with the perks did something with that, because it's so weird. And I think it's to me when people people want to eat the puffer. I'm not sure if people actually find the pufferfish delicious. Like, is that the reason why? But yeah, like I feel like people, it's probably the rush. If that makes sense, like people want to have that. I don't know. Like I don't know if this is true, but it feels like that could be the case. Like it just, hey, you know, there's this risk where you can get sick or even worse for eating this. Might as well eat, try that risk. I don't know how to take that. You know, I can't. No matter how I say, like no matter I'm someone who's squeamish when I don't like seeing people getting hurt or dying. But unfortunately, I have to come to the conclusion where no matter what I say, people are willing to either do the opposite or just simply continue doing the things that keeps them happy in that front. Dr. Moise, I think you've already got your scorpion somewhere. Um, I think he took too many mentats or psycho. All right. Well, there you go. I this is on the hard difficulty. I beat the his giant scorpion. This is one of the hardest bosses, and I beat it in the first try. It didn't came out, so I'll take that as me legitimately beating it in the first try. I'm the first person in the entire world to beat this boss without taking damage or losing, like dying. Clearly, 125%. I'm definitely the first one to do this. Fried camber with cranberry sauce comes close. Yeah, I mean that's true. Like there's some foods I would eat where, you know, if what is it? Growing up, my family made a bunch of something. It's like it's English. I think it's dumplings, but in Spanish we call it empanadas. Empanadas. I think that's proper pronunciation in Spanish. Empanadas. There we go. And if someone tells me, like it really depends how they're prepared specifically. They're not the healthiest, of course, but if someone tells me if you eat this, there's probably a 75% chance you're gonna have a week of bowel pains. I would still eat it. Like literally, that's stuff I live on that stuff. Like when I was younger, it's like this is what got me through the day. They absolutely do. I mean, you can deep fry them with oil, but then air fryer still works. Like you have to be really good with an air fryer to get it, like specific ones. But they're really delicious. Um, there we go. Brain fart for a second there. A layer. Do I have? Yeah, I have capacity for this. Here we go. Grenade. There's other stuff you can explore here, but I don't know if. Oh, here we go. There's a bunch of goodies. The only important thing was the what is it? The pretty much the thing we use the rat scorpion for, or not rat scorpion, it's robo scorpion modification for the sonic emitter. That was the important thing to pick up here. Damn. They gave me this one early. Not good. Good old hackings of Fallout 3 in New Vegas. You wanna melt your brain? This is the easiest way to do this. I'd be embarrassed. I already clicked on conversation. There we go. That was my brain was leaning to that now, which at least I got lucky with this. Initiate emergency shutdown, of course. Thank goodness there's this option because I think without doing that, I have no way to get through this door. I could have tried, but I have a feeling it wouldn't even open. But that's fine. Where did we max out energy weapons? Yes, we maxed out guns. Let's max out explosives. We're actually level 41. We're actually very close to 50. With that, that's the last time we can level up. I actually don't know what perk to pick anymore. I'm gonna choose just random perks and just have fun with it. Also, can I? Actually, let me pick a perk. I need to fix it real quick. No, I don't want any of these. Plasma weapons. There's something that was good, but I forgot what. Oh, this one's good. Shotgun charging. Let's get that. Alright. Pardon me. There we go. Oh, damn it. It's always, for some reason, only New Vegas that has this issue with the mouse wheel. But it's annoying. It's easy fix, but whatever I can to reduce any and yep, here he is, the doctor himself, the evil genius, Dr. Mobius, which he's not attacking us, and he's just flying around doing these equations. I wish, are they here? I'm surprised you don't see unless it's up here.
I'm imagining all sorts of imaginary numbers right now.
Me too, Dr. Mobius. Yeah, I don't see anything. Because the floor is, there's supposed to be a bunch of equations written on the floor, but we don't see it. Alright, it's Morbid time, Dr. Mobius.
Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
I wish I recognized that that map, that SQRT parentheses -1. It's been a while since I mapped something. The most I have was calculus, but my memory about this it's been some time. But I'm not gonna complain. I did have fun. I absolutely enjoy calculus. Major square root of -1's a imaginary number. Ah, okay. I'm a faker. I never learned math. No, but that is true. Like, whenever I see square root, I never see the word abbreviation, and it's always the that I don't know if I can describe it well. That check mark looking icon, if that makes sense. Like, it's a check mark, and there's a line that goes above the numbers you want to square root of. It's like, that's for me. I don't know the wording of math. I just know like I recognize the symbol, and then kind of remember like, okay, that's what that means. So. But yeah, the wording, like, word problems are definitely my weakness. I just know how to solve like either simplify or figure out an equation, derivative, you name it. Like, that's fun, and that's fine too. Yeah, don't like it's not on the keyboard, so that's perfectly fine. It just that my brain is just I learned certain math equations, or in this case, some form of calculus, visually with certain symbols, which it makes sense, right? That's the whole point of it. But anyways. There we go. Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. Flying tortoises? Ooh, what the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
Ooh. I'll save it for later.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
Yeah, you can straight up trying to kill him now if you want to, but we're not here to do that.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
We can't tell him about that. Yeah, why did you steal my brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. Anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way.
Oh, I forgot.
See, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
So I think that he'd talk about it, but yeah, it's funny because we're just it. If it wasn't for a certain something that happened way in the beginning of the game, and I think it's what is it when Benny shot when he shot our head. Because of that, it's the reason why we're not walking lobotomized like everyone else here. And Mobius was saying more about that. And even then, I still find that funny. Like, apparently, a bullet to the brain was enough to keep us in this condition, like completely separate from everybody else. It's just so funny. I don't know why.
Now, that seems to be rather hormonal of you. Flight or fight response, you know. Hard to cut that out completely. Your brain is here, safe with me. We chat over mentats.
Mentats for me are canonically. I feel like if you want a mentat real life, it's pretty much just those Smarties from was it Willy Wonka? I don't remember what it was. Those Smartie candy. It's like those. It's a rapidly circular, bright candies that probably taste like condensed sugar if you eat it. But yeah, I feel like that's what mentats are.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
More salty version of mentals. That sounds. Yeah, you know what? They probably are. At that point, yeah, the mentats wouldn't even be worth it.
Oh, curiosity. I experienced that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
I can't fix your monitor, but if you're getting ghost perception, I can fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break.
Exactly, yeah. You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Any more?
I find things...
Can you tell me about your robot scorpions?
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions
Hello.
kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
I thought there maybe has the same logic as me. Like I'm just like, you know, well, it's kind of similar, but it's more so over. I did a Photoshop project in college one time. Yeah, classic line, custard mustard. I had a Photoshop project, and I decided, you know, what'd be cool is with a wasp. What happens if I turn into if I fuse it with a black widow spider? Like two things that scare people: a wasp and a black widow spider. The ultimate creation. Like, I'm kind of like Mobius and bored. Like, I never want to do this in real life because there's ethics with it. I have fun with fiction or just even like either with Photoshop or even back then when I draw stuff. I just want to fuse just do these wacky mad scientist experiments. Like it's something fun. But go on. Let's see. Wait, sounds like you built the robot scorpions. Issue threats to keep the think tank occupied.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. There's some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience?
Conscience.
You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Everything you told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I. Although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
Also two things. The brain, our brain actually, in this case, our character's brain, apparently is sentient because he's able to have a conversation with Dr. Mobius, which is even weirder. And another thing, I was this close to making a joke where, nah, I'm not gonna say it. Like literally, I think the brain is one like, what's with the name Dr. Mobius? Mobius. Oh, I watched this cool movie called Morbius, and I thought it was cool, so I decided to change my name to this. It has the best vampire logic ever. And of course, it's in Morbin time. You you reprogram their names as part of a recursion loop. What, to trap their processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
A recursion loop is designed to prevent the flow of information. So,
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan 9s in place. But I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan 9s in case the 7s fail.
That's a reference to I forgot the reference there, but Plan 9. Not the Alien movie. No, I don't remember. There's a whole list of all the what was it? Wild Wasteland Plan 9 from Outer Space. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Like I don't remember the movie. Like I don't know what the movie is or what that series is, but there's a few things I know of the Wild Wasteland, but I keep forgetting. Intelligence pass here. 7. Klein, Mobius, O's, a circle. 8's an infinity symbol. They're all loops. I get it.
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended.
I love this, by the way.
O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional.
That's kind of asshole doing things to your friends. You don't want to terrorize them. Well, let's be the actually guy. Actually, minor detail, but a snake devouring its own tail is Ouroboros, not Ouroboros. I probably should stop doing that. But I know that's a joke there but with people when they do that, but I still appreciate people who are trying to correct things.
Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do.
Yes. If you okay, mouse cursor. There we go. If you lobotomize the think tank, why terrorize them?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
There were other visitors, though. Why am I different?
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micro-magnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
Yep. Here it is. I don't. Thankfully, I have the gun skill to pass this, but you can do it with 7 perception or 65 medicine. I kind of want to fail these for fun, but here. The only wrinkle is the one the bullet that made go into my brain pan.
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around.
Oh, that's reverse logic.
In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the auto dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial cells into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
Let's see, you have the idea to get the 3 technologies out the... Wait. Do I want to ask him any more? No, let's go for the siege pass here. Intelligence pass. Client said they had the idea to get the 3 technologies after your broadcast. Coincidence? Oh, this is one of my favorite lines from him.
I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly.
So yeah, if anyone say was it? Astrology, herbal tea, luck, you're gonna get a timeout. That's some strong profanity right there. What is the purpose of the technologies?
The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit, why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things. They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. It won't stop the
Oh, I love that. That is an amazing summary of Wizard of Oz. Like, yeah, all the characters. I'm not sure if they had it initially, but I just feel like he might be right. Like, all these 3 characters have what they needed in the first place. They just didn't realize it, but it didn't stop them from causing mayhem in the story to get it. I mean, necessarily they weren't. I mean, it's not like they were warmongers, but they did cause, like they did fight against the Wicked Witch or something like that. I don't know the full story, but it's just such a funny summarization of it. And yeah, I don't know why herbal tea is considered astrology because of ass, right? And then herbal tea, no idea. Pea? Like herbal pea or something? I'm trying to figure out why herbal tea he doesn't. Because obviously, if you, especially with luck, it makes sense because it sounds like I don't know why I couldn't say it, but yeah, you get the idea. It sounds like that, but with herbal tea, I don't know. That's the one I can never understand. Oh yeah, you forget about that. Astrology, luck, and coincidence, but apparently tea is not science. No, it's just there's got to be something out there that explains that. Was there any other data transmission in your broadcast?
Yes, my overly aggressive cammed up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you
Quiet.
know. It's because you're, well...
Quite difficult.
Rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so.
But the thing download the schematics, not the items. They can rebuild them.
Oh, means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried.
Mood.
Yes, yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you?
That's about it, Sally.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
More explosives, of course. You know what? Lockpick? No, I don't want explosives. You know what I want now? I need medicine. Medicine's important, because that's what I'm struggling to heal myself with. And then make sure this goes up. Snake's fine on arm. I'm not gonna have much for melee on arm, sadly, but that's okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I know. I kinda want this perk. Do I have it? Do we have I think I have confirmed bachelor. I think I do. I think I remember I choose confirmed bachelor already. That's I kinda actually want that for the I definitely do want that for what's coming up. Is there anything I do with medicine? Each rank of this provides that's cool, but I think for level 50 I'm gonna pick this perk. I'm gonna have so much companions. The game has no idea what we're gonna do. Cannibal perk. Grunts might be good. Nah, but it's not. The problem is kind of I won't be using too much of those weapons. Only like rocket launchers and anti-material rifle. That's the most I'll use. No. Your companions can blaze, disintegrate, and goo fight more often with extra. This one's good. I think I have that perk with recycle it with the ashes. That'll always be wonderful. Alright. There it goes. I hear a ghost person. I heard the sounds of a ghost person somewhere, but I don't know where it is. There it is. Brain tank. Oh, let's talk of our brain.
Well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been? Crawling through bits of radioactive muck again?
I kind of want to click on this for fun.
Barring the unlikely event that I evolve some sort of rocket-propelled locomotion, I will be here.
Ah, if I have a funny reaction, but that's still good.
The meat has returned. Lovely.
The meat. Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
This dialogue is even funnier if you have low intelligence, but unfortunately I don't have it. But yes, truly, there is no need to be sarcastic. Meeting your own brain is a slightly odd event.
Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you?
Yes, because running around a crater full of bizarre science experiments, hygiene is a top priority. I mean, the brain's got a point. I've been busy.
I rather expect you have. You must have been swamped, you poor dear. Why don't you relax and put your feet up? I've just been traumatically scooped out of my body and plugged into this jar. That's all. But you've been busy.
Well, we can ask the obvious question. Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, a, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge.
This is so bizarre by this logic, but
shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
I don't know. I don't know if we have to be careful what we set to the brain here, but I'm gonna go with this regard. Like I said, isn't this technically you're the one providing the thoughts? No, even though we can't think.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership.
Really no.
Those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone. Do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
I think he has a different react as a dialogue depending on your karma, because it seems like it's matching my character for having very high positive karma. So I wonder if that changes. But you're the source of the most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
There it is. When they throw the "you just wouldn't understand" phrase at you, I consider that deflection, or just them just having no idea. You're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
We can ask about. Let's go straight into it. Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to. I don't know. I feel like this question's already. He's gonna answer what we stated already, but let's go ask a question already.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
I mean, that's why we just why look for this place when you can just do what people do in real life and just piss in their pants? True, 100%. Excuse me, not 100%. 275, 341, 1,000% chance true. Yeah, the brain's lying. We can't even choose where to piss in this game, and even then, I am not gonna I'm not gonna look for a mod. I am not gonna look for a mod that gives that option. Unless you want to have realism in your game, by all means, more power to you if you do. But it just I do not want that in my search history, even incognito mode. All right, but what about the good things? What about the cool? I can see your point. What can I do to make this a fair compromise?
If you want me back, we need to establish some ground rules. First, showers. Second, regular checkups. Regular, mind you, and from a reputable doctor. That Julie Farkas woman, for example, she seems to know a thing or two.
Oh, that's cool.
You need to listen to me more than your hormonal choir and genitalian orchestra. Promise me that,
No.
and you've got a deal.
I never knew our characters got that drive, but I think we have the option to leave the brain here, but the ending is kind of a downer for the brain. So let's take the brain with us.
Really? I didn't expect you to actually agree to that. I'm afraid that was a bit of a bluff, really.
Oh.
I'm not going with you.
So what? You'd rather just stay here and not never leaving that tank of whatever that stuff is?
Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? Helios 1 coming back online. But still,
Oh, I didn't do
there's
anything else.
potentially life-ending peril that went along with those. Yes, I'd rather stay here.
There's more stuff you can do, but unfortunately, I don't know what else he comments. The brain comments on which events you finish, but yeah, that's cool. I love this. Kind of reminds me of Deacon when you join the railroad. Julie Farkas, Frontier Pharmacist. Yeah, Julie Farkas is awesome. The follows the apocalypse. I love them. Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones? And this is a speech check 75.
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
He also mentions Jason Bright. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, too. Jason Bright, like I know people are not a fan of like cult-like mentality, but no, Jason Bright. Like I got scared of the followers, not followers, the Bright worshippers, I forgot, the ghouls, right? At that, not Helios, testing facility. It was like a RepCon testing facility. Like people, I didn't trust them at first, but they're pretty cool. Those ghouls, I love them, especially the ending slide, especially if you help them. If you look at the wiki or if you actually beat New Vegas, they're pretty cool fellas. So yeah, I like how the brain mentions these individuals. Yeah, I do trust those folks. So we're at an impasse. For anyone, I don't know if anyone watched. It's interesting how after watching a few Game Grumps clips of them playing chess, I learned a move, this one rare chess move called impasse. And I never played this chess as much, but it can be a fun game if you know what you're doing, especially if you're playing with folks who playing with someone who's very chill with it as well. So we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think.
Indeed, quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
Also, apparently I wish I don't know if it was a way, but apparently you can trigger the reason why I was talking about confirmed bachelor is that you can literally try to make some moves on your own brain, and it's an interesting dialogue and an well, let's say a unique situation. There's a video out there, but I don't remember. I don't remember the dialogue, but I think the brain didn't like that. I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we are separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
They promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted, which we'll have the brain explain. Like it's pretty obvious.
And you believe them?
Yeah.
I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the home Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
What's so bad about letting the brains get out? They don't seem that terrible. Well, fortunately, this is very moot because we learned that they are capable of not only with lobotomizing random people that get into this facility, with knowing the history. Well, I didn't look up to the lore of this place, but I miss this area. But a little bit dark topic here, but there is an internment camp, a prison camp in this big empty, and it's a place where they house all pretty much the prisoners they got from. And I don't know how they round them up, but unfortunately, it's assumed that anyone that seemed to have to be suspicious with any communist ties, or unfortunately even racist, where if even they're Chinese, they'll just be turning over here. And it's not even that; they even bring in people who are protesting the war in the first place. We'll learn about that a little bit later from a terminal, like a terminal somewhere. But yeah, it's pretty dark. So they're awful people. We can't deny that, all of them, despite them having some form of humanity with them or longing to be human again. It is a very messed up situation here, but yes, you're part of me, brain, and I know you don't want that. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
If the think tank won't hold up the end of the bargain, we'll make them.
Right. Look out, think tank. This
A little
brain is
spinny,
coming
those.
out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
There we go. Oh, the brain's gone. The brain is one of the better written characters. The brain is fun. Like there's so much things you can interact with the brain with certain perks. Like there's a handful of speech passes. You can use confirm bachelor on the brain. I don't know if you're playing as a female courier. I think
They
it's.
said I was mad. Preposterous. Not an angry bone in my body. Had them all removed.
I don't remember what perk you use on the brain, but yeah, I do remember you can use confirm bachelor on the brain.
Oh, I see you and your brain reached a compromise. How pleasant. I hypothesize after
It
the
is.
indignant frequencies my receptors had recepted, such a partnership-based conclusion would be low on the likely scale.
Oh, can I have a mentat?
Why, of course you can.
I'll take that, thank you. My brain told me the think tank needs to be stopped. Can you help?
If I recall, I had a plan that was working, whatever it was. I don't think it reached fruition. I would recall fruit if it had happened. I wasn't trying to kill them, just keep them out of trouble. What was that plan? Blast. I probably wrote it down on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, Sirimon. Well, I do like God and Dog. Like I know their name is, not the best, but I prefer. They're only more interesting at the end when you find a way to put their conscience together so they're one person. It's more so it's a tragic character because these humans have been gone through. They've been through enough. They've been mutated by the master because that's how long the Night King's been around. And the poor guy has been abused by Father Elijah, so he's a tragic character for me. Dean Domino, I don't much care for him. He's an asshole, creepy, awful character. And then there's Christine. Christine's awesome. I really, once again, I do wish you could help Christine and Veronica reunite. It always makes me sad you can't do that. But I'm not gonna lie, though. All World Blues is a much more fun DLC. Maybe because it's not too hard to play through, and I think the characters are definitely more funny. Like the characters are funny here. Like the think tank and the brain, even the personalities, like the toaster, the I unfortunately forgot to go for find all of them, but I'm gonna be honest. Doctor Bumblebee is definitely my favorite character. Always makes me laugh hearing him talk. Any tactics I can use?
That will be difficult. It would be like fighting 5 scaled-down versions of me that have better depth perception. And they have an arsenal of vivisectors, brainial beams, and a rather nasty ray that can make your atoms do a happy dance. If you
Oh
can
my god, the
survive
voice acting.
those highly improbable odds and ends, then deceasing them is definitely an option. Although, I doubt killing them would do anything except make you feel better. Or let you brag to other humans about your primal violentness.
Yeah, anything I could do to stop them is acquire violence.
Well, you could try and appeal to their humanity. That's a tired cliche. And really, when they were humans, they weren't very good humans.
Yep. I like to make the effort.
Well, there's many things they have forgotten, sitting in their bowls. Friendship, the thrill of discovery. Love, masturbation, the usual. Much like your brain, I am certain there is something you can spark within each of them. Memories, hormones. A wise man once said, "The eyes do more than see. Make them see, if you can. Or, if not, you can always make them succumb to fear." It certainly worked for me, for a time. Then you came along, and bravery and or desperation trumped that little idea. Back to the drawing board, I suppose. Or is this the end? Hard to tell.
This dialogue, it actually changes depending how far you get this dialogue. It's like, I really like to kill them. Nah, this is fine. It's not a we're a kind person, but scare them how?
Oh, tell them I'm still alive. We had a nice chat and we agree on a few things. That's true, isn't it? Or you could kill me and lie about it. Either way, it would be interesting. And if you are partial to lying and deception, well, you could tell them a ludicrous lie. The more over the top, the better. That's my experience. They're more than a little gullible. Better make it convincing, though. Or it'll be the dissection table and vivisectors for you. And if you speak of me, please try and make me look good. I am Dr. Mobius, after all. Not some lab assistant teacher's aide.
Alright.
Indeed.
Nice chatting with the doctor. I do like that because Dr. Mobius is always fun to talk to because it is the effect where you think he's a deranged mad scientist, but then once you get to him, he's like, oh, at least I survived that. You talk to him, and he's just this wacky uncle you probably would have in the family. Fun character to talk to. But if it wasn't obvious enough while looking through the rest of the big mountain, yeah, the think tank weren't good people, and they've done some horrible experiments on the people, even before the bombs dropped. And knowing that, yes, they are technically the true antagonists of this DLC. Now, you need to have... There's three ways actually to handle this DLC, as it is ending. You can, of course, kill them, which is pretty, straightforward path and easy. The other two ways is to persuade them. You have to make a lie, and the lie, I won't go for that because I actually have the other option unlocked. One way is to lie and say you're Dr. Mobius and you're gonna scare them, thinking that you scare them to stand down to let you escape. The other one, which is my favorite, is the reason why we talk to this other scientist, because we're gonna ask Dr. Klein, say, hey, did you ask the other scientists to start a vote? Like, have you ever listened to them give their opinions about all this? And because we chatted and helped some of the other scientists, remember some things in the past, just get over some things, they're more inclined to not want us to get hurt at all. So that's the reason why we pretty much I don't know, this is a weird phrase to say. Like, that was a better way to say this. We essentially planted our own seeds of I'm not sure trader stuff. We pretty much cemented friendship with the think tank, with at least 4 of them. And if you couldn't do that with any of them, if you choose that option, you have to fight them, or it just fail. But yep, we are prepared to engage. We have the brain. Look at that. It's all red now. It's ominous. Anyways, let's go finish this DLC.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I found my brain, and now you and I are gonna settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
So this is the bluff if you can't do this. You think I'm in Lobites? No, for my schoolhouse is the brain of Mobius. So this is one way. I can't let you dissect. Leave your past. This is pretty much aggressive. We're gonna straight up kill him. Mobius and I talked over it, reaching understanding. I don't know what happens if you click on it. I'm not sure this will get anywhere. But this is the one I'm going for. Maybe you should confer with your colleagues first. We've hopefully this is enough.
Nonsense. Confer, colleagues. Those are two words I do not recognize.
Dr. Klein, I must intercept. Please, do not harm the lobotomite.
I'm not going to harm it. I'm going to dissect it until it's dead.
Yes, two
Why
different
the
things.
sudden intersection, Dalla?
I cannot stand a sweet breathing organism, breathing in and out to suddenly not breathe. We must keep it alive. For study. Slow study.
For science.
Dalla, these vocalized pauses are unlike you. What do you care?
Klein, you know, this lobotomite, it's a great sounding board. You respect ideology, right? This one's, well, it's got good ideas.
Silence, Doctor O. This is a think tank decision. Save your objections until after I have decided our course of action.
You know what, Klein? Stick a straw in your tank and suck yourself. Long and
Hell yeah.
deep. And my name is Zero. Yeah, a big, fat zero with a slash through it.
The slash as a designator of... Why, that is brilliant. But how did you...
The lobotomite taught me that. Taught me a name is more than...
I love this so much.
that I should take pride in things like names. And you know what? Forget it, Klein. I hate you. And your theory of brachial beam oscillation? The Chinese had it first, you copycat.
Oh, damn.
How dare you? Brainial beam oscillation was solely my discovery. I expressly told you that and deleted all evidence to the contrary. It's 2-8. Why are you acting like this? You've never refused to commit necessary surgery before. And this lobotomite needs its surgery.
Dr. A giving an amazing speech about why we should live. It all makes sense.
A noble speech, but there is no room in my vocabulators for friend and lobotomite in the same sentence. The very concept, revolting. Perhaps you are irradiated with camaraderie radiation. We have chems for that. We can save you from your emotional addiction. I, for one, cannot bear to let this continue. I don't see what is to be gained by throwing another body into our labs, especially one that has done us a service, gone where we feared to go. This lobotomite doesn't deserve our knives. It deserves our respect. We should care for it, feed it, nurture it, give it the life
Aww.
Gabe never had. Why am I even listening to you fools? Enough of this mutinous chorus. If there's a word I hate, it's mutiny. And the word jism, which never made any sense to me. It's ridiculous putting j and zm together like that. Nonsense. I count as 5. Like the mighty human hand I once had, with its 5 penises clenched in a fist.
I forgot. Excuse me for 1 second. I forgot I have to close this window. There we go. We're back in business. There we go. Anyways, it sounds to me like your math is wrong and the odds aren't good. This is where you have to, if this fails, you can click on the other options. But yeah, let's go with this.
Nonsense. The mathematics of this situation are on our side, lobotomite. I believe... No, wait. Carry the 2, then... If this were a democracy, I would be concerned. We are too scientific for that. So just surrender.
It's not a democracy. It's a research facility, and over half your colleagues dispute your findings.
You dare use
logic against me?
Dr. Klein destroyed by using facts and logic. What others are clickbait in there? You will never believe the ending results. Quite frankly, I never watched them, nor do I care about those videos because, ugh. But anyways, I do. Here's the deal. I'm not going to surrender. You are.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
You can still do that here, Quali. I can bring them a Hobbit. These are kind of. To see that this is where the ending's kind of like sus because these guys, so with him specifically, he still wanted to do experiments, and this style are kind of, I'm not fond of having them experiment, like just giving them live people to experiment on, but I just want to live them peacefully. But yeah, you can still do that here, quietly for me. A little bit manipulative here.
For you?
Second option sounds better.
And for science,
Yeah, I should have.
I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd.
The second one was
Very
better.
well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
The good news is it doesn't make a difference. Both of them are give you the same ending. Yeah, don't worry. It's like let's pretend I picked the second option. Like I said, it's the same thing.
As it had been in
Uh-oh.
the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century.
Can I pause the? Okay, so if this is your first time seeing the ending, just know that what's how they handle the slides is that we're looking at a wall, and there's a character behind the courier talking, like just giving all the voices. So there's a video that does this, and that's how it works. We're in this small room, and because the Death Claws follow us, well, the ending's a bit messed up here. So I do apologize for that. But hey, randomizers, expect the unexpected.
The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discovery safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
Although, truth be told, the courier had barely explored the crater in an attempt to rush through and be done with the whole thing. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him over much. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink was strangely silent, which it had never been in previous years. The lack of personality modules made the base lifeless and sterile.
As the courier ran through the X8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand.
Oh god.
So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends, yet breaking into the facility.
There they are. Cybernetic canine gender female designation Roxy sat in her car post in X8. Pardon me. That is until her I'm in heat programming circumvented her stay routine and she lopped into the Mojave. There she ran across Rex, who had been following the courier, just as she had. They barked for a while and realized they have a lot in common. The two of them constructed
organs intact, continued on.
Never mind.
A little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And
A new hope?
ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
And that is a reference to the last DLC of the game. You get lots of brainless perk. Big brain perk. Your brain's back in your body, but some of the advanced technologies remain. Your head still cannot be crippled, but you're now only 10% more resistant to addiction now. Surprisingly, your damage threshold is improved by 10%. Minimum of 1 damage threshold. Car the transporter. This lets us travel back to the Big Empty, which is cool, and back to the Mojave. Yeah, the
Huzzah, sir! Huzzah! Huzzah, sir!
because I didn't plug in all the personality cores. Oh well. I do feel bad for that, but it's there's actually more ending slides for all the like the light switches, the sink, the toaster. I didn't get them, but yeah, like the cheers was a jump scare for me. Baptized by fire. Whenever you're on fire, you're getting a holy grail. Tell you what, I'm tempted to get this. Oh, I don't have Elite Killer? Oh, that's sad. I wish I had it, but see interesting dialogue that I probably forget about, but vaccination. I'm gonna stick with that perk. I think that's the one I've seen them get. Definitely, I'll try my best to remember. Bear in mind. I wanna keep that perk. So we get another animal friend following us. Let's get baptized by fire. Can we plug in the auto dock? Oh yeah, we don't have it.
Ah, good day, citizen. Library Processing Unit 232.7 is online and ready to eradicate sedition.
What?
Of course, citizen. That's my duty and sole joy in life. All those books from before the war, full of seditious, treasonous, complicated thoughts. Just dump them in and lickety-split. I'll have them pulped, scrubbed clean, and pressed out again clean and white and sedition-free.
Blank books. Yeah, I can think I find a use for those. Yeah, can you do anything besides processing books?
What good is eradicating sedition if the malcontents have ready access to the means to make more, citizen? I can also process pencils and clipboards. Wait a moment. Pencil processors offline? Pencil processors offline? Apologies, citizen. It seems traitors have absconded with that module. If you can find a backup copy of the module, I will happily eradicate your ability to create seditious literature.
That's all. The blank books, what he does is that if you have a book that can increase your skills permanently, you can make a copy of it. Here we go, our spine, our brain. I'd rather keep my new spine and heart, because they're actually a major improvement. Anyone else that I have the light switch maybe? No, not you. I think this light switch. There we go.
Oh my. Partial functionality restored. That's less than optimal.
What function do you serve?
Dr. Mobius and I were deeply involved in research on the ability of light levels to enhance human cognition.
Oh, this is where we use Lady Killer perk on. We can swoo the light switches here, but not sure. Probably when I get the perk part to it, I'm not sure it's too late. But anyways, what are the results?
We observed a fascinating phenomenon. Certain spectra of visible light actually increased cognitive function and reasoning ability. Of course, Dr. Mobius's brain is so big already, we had a hard time measuring it.
Can you turn those lights on for me?
As much as I'd love to, I'm afraid not. The data from that study has gone missing. You'll have to find a backup if you want to use the smart lights.
Which means I think we have to find the other side switch data. I don't remember if we have anything else. Yeah, this was at the... yep, we don't have that. Anyone else I'm missing? Jukebox, maybe? There we go.
Yeah, dig that sweet music. Damn, it's good to be back online.
Like this dude's voice. Oh, if hold on, if I need to look, if I can find the other those at the garden, that dude's voice cuts through. I was like, just definitely can melt butter. Anything apart, hell, it can even melt anything that's not known to be have a heavy heat resistance. Let me just tell you that. What is your purpose here?
Yeah, I'm an acoustical wizard kid. Old Doc Mo used me to prototype his sonic weapon designs. Get me a good sample base to work from, and I can whip up a wave that makes Jericho look like a kazoo.
You seem pretty laid back for an engine of destruction.
Why not? Ain't like I got nothing to prove. Not like that toaster. Now that boy got some issues.
What can
Got
you do?
yourself a sonic emitter, don't you? Thought so. Bring that old thing on in here and bring me some sound samples and I'll make that baby sing. Or scream. If that's what you want.
Ominous, but let's recalibrate. Oh, we have to done this, right? There we go.
Right on, Daddy-o. Just plug it in and I'll mix you up a sweet, sweet sound.
Gabriel's bark, Robo Scorpion, which Tarantula. I think Tarantula puts people on fire if you get critical hits with it. The Gabriel's bark, not sure if that paralyzes or pushes people away. I think the crazier one is the Robot Scorpion because if you score a critical hit on enemies, they blow up. It doesn't kill them, but it emits an explosion exactly where you do a critical hit, and it also affects you. So keep that in mind. It's crazy, but I want to use that.
Right on, Daddy.
Oh, here we go. Revelation. We'll change it to Robot Scorpion. And with that, I think that's all we can do here. Yeah, the biological research station. If you can get the if you get the personality core for that one, do so. I think it's at the if you're following along, it's somewhere around here. There's like a garden you can visit. It's in fact it's a bunch of those spores. Spore plant like the plants and the spore people. They're gardening it, but it's not too bad. Let's go. Let's empty the not the tank. Let's here we go. And I think we have. Where is it? Here, oh, we have automatically. Let's go. Let's exit out of here. I could explore more of the big empty, but my goal was to make sure that I got through the DLC at least before, in case anything happens next week. Like, if either next week gets too crazy to schedule, or you know, whatever reason, I would like to make sure I finish DLC this week today. I think I have time. I still have time to keep going for probably for 50-ish minutes or 40. Technically 40 minutes, but I wonder if I should start the DLC now, the last one. And Ravik is true. There is a lot of talking, and I know a lot of people doesn't like the DLC for that reason. When I first played it, yeah, going through the dialogue, I was kind of like, I was just wishing it just ends already. Like I want to get through it. And then the more I realized I played through the DLC, I kind of regret it because it's actually, I argue, it's actually slightly difficult compared to like Dead Money's harder, but excuse me, Lonesome Road is actually second hardest of the DLCs. Like it's literally end game stuff right there. But the good news about the DLC is that you can bring all your weapons and gear with you, and you can leave anytime you want. So that's the trade-off. Like it's hard, but you can bring your stuff back. And I'm trying to figure out where my safe house was. There it is. We're gonna store some of our gear before we go there. The war and the Defiant. It's literally pretty much it's either that or
You can go home, courier. Walk, travel through your home, see the divide.
like it's literally all that. And something about what was it? He's gonna was it? It's something about history, but I don't know what else he's. Yeah.
The bear and the bull and the bear, the birds and the bees.
But yeah, pardon about the impersonation, but that's essentially it. It's gonna sound like Dr. Claw first when you hear his voice, and but I'm not gonna lie though. It did take someone to go through a summary of Ulysses or the courier's character. Well, don't mind me name dropping by accident. I did warn there's spoilers, but it is he is an intriguing character. I'm not gonna lie. Specifically, if you ask him about his opinions about Caesar's Legion, I do like his thoughts about that. Let's store this. Alien Blaster, I don't like. We're going to store Fido. We're not gonna do much of it. We don't have that much ammo for it. Keep this. Nah. Keep the grenades. Keep that. Maybe. Where's the hollow? Where's that weapon? The hollow rifle. I think I might keep that. Yeah. For now. If this is, I don't know. I'll keep the minigun. I'm trying to store as much stuff as I can. I'm laughing because I just saw the fact that I have so much gold bars, more than a little bit more because of the randomizer, and I love it. I'm gonna keep some of them. The Fender, we're not gonna use as much. The Sequoia, maybe. Ride shotguns on, so we need more shotgun shells. We're not gonna use this. What I think what I might do instead is we're gonna take one gold bar. Maybe two. Because what I want to do is I want to sell some of these. Like, oh boy, I can't fast travel with this. I think I pick up some armor that I don't need. The skeleton head. Now we're keeping the skeleton head. It's very important. Wait, should be a skull head technically. Store this. What else we got? Not really anything that's heavy. Okay. I just love the ominous breathing of the death claws in the background. Anything that's way a lot right now. Good old inventory man. I know the gold bars, but good old inventory management. Oh, no worries, Ravik. Hopefully able to get the sparkling water before the store closes. Always good, ideal to stay hydrated. Take care. I think. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Here's the thing, right? What I'm gathering is that I'm carrying too much. The gold bar is just too much gold bars, right? But I'm also carrying too much of all these goodies. Let's see which ones are these I'm weighing so much. Like the Nevada agave. Store half of these. But it's not gonna make a difference now, is it? Okay. No. I take that back. Take this with us. I want to carry as much as I can. This is fine, best friend. I got a job for you. No, don't dismiss you. You are going to take the gold bars. Or one of them at least. Where is it? There we go. Oh, we have two. I didn't even know we have three in our inventory. I thought we just have two. Okay. That's perfect. Alright, let's go to a merchant, and hopefully we're not going to get ambushed by legionnaire assassins or anyone that's pretty much invulnerable to anything. Let's start with... I'm going to say, what is this place? What is it? Red Rock Canyon. I'm going to say that for last. We're going to go to... First of all, I think we haven't shot from the sink. So let's go to the sink first, and then we'll start selling stuff so that we can... selling stuff in the Mojave so that we can have a good amount of bobcats, because I need to repair a certain armor because for some reason we can't jury rig it with any other armor. Here you go. Oh yeah, we can buy the rest of Royal.
Matters with the think tank have been satisfactorily concluded vis-a-vis your residence in this domicile.
Well, you can switch out the personalities, but now why would you do something like that?
Very good, sir. And
Then again, I'm someone who didn't like the suit, so that'd be hypocritical of me to say that. Let's see. You got that amount of caps. I got the gold bars, unless I give them all to my Deathclaw, which I won't be surprised if I did. No, I have more. I have more of it. Alright. Now we just have to buy a lot of stuff that we probably don't need. Weapon repair kits, stim packs, rataways definitely, medics. Fixer will be good. Sure? Nope. Okay, just hold on. Which one's better? Weapon damage, rate of fire. I like weapon damage, is always the best. And then we're just gonna buy a bunch of ammo from this guy. From this sink. Sink intelligence system, that's what he's called. There has to be a way to find better sorts of... I think Joshua back at Zion Valley has it more of the .45 bullets. 12 gauge shotgun shells we definitely do need. Slug, sure, why not? I don't know if we have a... We do have a minigun, but I don't know if we have a shoulder... Oh, we actually... Would be wise to get those because I think the shoulder mounted cannon is in that DLC. That's where it first came from, as they originated. We'll buy some of these. Hollow point, yeah, whatever. All the bullets. Buy all of them. There we go. Accept that. Okay. I don't know if this is enough, but I want to get my armor back from our best friend here. Shred equipment. riot gear. This is what we want to get repaired.
Perhaps, sir, will sir be staying for any considerable...
Nah, I need you to repair something for me. Still not enough. We're gonna have to buy more from vendors. I don't think we'll have enough still. But I still want to get that repaired. That's my objective here. Yep, we need to do that. Let's get out of here. The struggle to find to make this amount of money in this game, and even then, I can't get unlucky because I think the vendors with the randomizer, their inventory is I think it is randomly generated, so we're not gonna get. I might not find a good amount of bottle caps to get this thing repaired, which would be scary. And I know I have armor laying around I can use, but if it's power armor, I don't know. Not too keen on using anything that's gonna slow me down movement wise. Well, at least this guy's still alive. Last time there was an enemy that had I think they had a giant, I'm not sure if it was a Fat Man launcher or pretty much they had a heavy weapon that pretty much two-shotted a guard in this place. So I think he got replaced, or unless
Hey there.
it was someone else instead. But let's see what you have for sale. Perfect. That's actually a good amount of bottle caps. Not enough that I want, but anyways, gold bars. Except we're gonna try to sell as I have them give us as much. But oh, we actually got enough. Good. Perfect. Goodbye. And then we are going to go. We can go back to the sink, but I think this guy. I'm not sure. I have no idea if the prices vary, like if it's different for the vendors. But so far, there's only 2 people I know that has 100% repair rate, which is the sink intelligence system and this guy here, in this outpost. Oh, you know, speaking about the sink and War Blues, there's actually a cut ending.
Just thinking about it makes me nervous.
Oh, the easy solution. Don't think about it anymore, right? That's easy. There is a cut ending with All World Blues. With you can side with the confirmed bachelor. Here we go. You didn't tell me your name. But to cut it short, there is an ending where you can side with the scientist of the think tank with Dr. Klein, and there's a ending slide that's cut, but it's in the game files where it's literally showing all of the like Caesar's Legion troopers and even a Brahmin getting sucked up in the air like a UFO is abducting people, and essentially you just letting these guys go rampant in Mojave, committing their mad science experiments in the wasteland. I don't know if a mod has fixed that so you can side with them, or there's dialogue where you can join them, but I think it's just the ending slide. I think the dialogue is there, but I'm not sure they voice it. But yeah, that's the, I forgot to bring that up. So there would have been more endings, but
Oh, night. You must not be from around here. If so, doesn't do to get too friendly.
What do you mean?
This isn't the Republic. Oddly enough, Legion's a little more forgiving about friendships. Out here it's not as accepted. Not that I mind being friends, it's just being open about it in the outpost. Well, I have to work here.
Oh, wow. These dialogue options. Oh yeah, I didn't realize Anti-Heroes.
Now wait a minute. Republic's a sight better than other alternatives. Women are serving here after all. The rest, well, might take some time. They're more accepting back west, like I said.
Oh, okay, that's good.
In the meantime, if you need something repaired, let me know. I can sign the work order. As long as caps change hands, I can put them back in yours.
Alright. Yeah. Helping my gear. You should be able to repair it. Oh, you can't even... Oh. I'm hoping this weapon never breaks. Apparently they can never fix a, You know, I don't doubt that. That doesn't make sense. Elite gear. We want this fixed. Anything else we want to fix before, Wait. Did he fix it? I didn't see my caps get used up. Oh, I'm sorry. What? I'm gonna say done. Did my caps get used up? Um, that's... I'm concerned. I should have like I should have around like 5,000 bottle caps after spending 20,000 to get this repaired. That's okay. I'm getting away with a lot of stupidity in this randomizer. Alright, then that's fine. We are going to finally begin the DLC, which... there's that, let's see. Reunion. Now, I'm not sure if I finished what I want to talk about the DLC. I've... Lonesome Road is what it's called. This is the last one. I've explored it. It's the good news is it's actually straightforward. Like it's linear, sort of. It's not the easiest place, let's just say. Like of the DLCs, I'd say it's the second hardest one. It's quite painful. The enemies are... They're actually quite intelligent. Well, it's more scripted ambush points. Like you're gonna have to be prepared for rough, getting flanked by both sides. Like they're trying to snipe you from skyscrapers. And honestly, if you like Fallout 3 with exploring a this ruined metropolis like just a city, you might like this DLC. But it's actually more hazardous and plot-wise, story-wise, this is... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. I do have 30 minutes and... here's the thing, right? I've noticing that OBS, whenever I'm trying to run a game, it crashes. Usually is what it does, so... Instead of risking having to stream and awkwardly where I just start one and I just start streaming and then I have a VOD that lasts for 30 minutes, I'm just gonna end the stream here. So, do apologize for that abrupt ending, but I guess next time we'll start the DLC. So, on that note, thanks again for everyone dropping by to check out the stream and our VOD. I do hope you're having a fantastic day so far, and hopefully your experience watching this goof going through randomizer and just pretty much recruiting every Deathclaw, and every dinosaur. Like, I'm just gonna be the... I don't know, what is that story? Peter Piper, the guy with the flute. Like, I wanna be that guy, but I just have a conga line of dinosaurs following me. Like, that's all I want to do in life. But with that note, yeah, hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day. If you got any plans, if anything you're very stressed or anxious about, I recommend you do what you can, to take some time, like maybe take a few minutes off, like to relax, to take breathing exercises, get yourself something nice to drink or eat. Don't stress as if like this is the end of the world if you don't make it or you don't plan out everything. Like it's this, everybody's have their ways of living life. So I do hope you get the freedom to or a chance to relax after all that struggle. I definitely do think people deserve it, regardless of what they're going through in life. I think everybody has done more than enough for themselves. With that note, the schedule... Oh, I didn't post on Twitter, so I do apologize for that. But if you've seen on my Twitch page, there will be no stream on Friday. So tomorrow's Slime Rancher, and I'm hoping the frames is not going to become an issue. But if it does, I'll see what I can to make sure it doesn't act all wonky. Thursday will be a more Crash and Spank 3, so keep a good lookout for that. And sad to say, this week will probably be the last time I'll be streaming. Like, if anything, this might be the last time I'll be streaming around 12. So, on this time. So, I mean, the time would vary, but I'd say 12. That's pretty much my where I generally have this much time. But after that, it will change. Like, hopefully, this change will be for the better for me. And if not, once again, I'm confident that I could probably find some ways to navigate this. So, with that, I do hope, with how confident I feel about this, I hope everybody has the same confidence. And as a final note, if you haven't done so, please treat yourself something nice. Please, like it's don't suffer or don't overwork yourself. You really do deserve happiness. So hopefully you always keep that in your head. With that, I wish everyone a wonderful Tuesday, or if not, hopefully you're having a wonderful Wednesday if you're up there in the future. And with that, I will see you later. Bye.